want to get straight to our top story. There's some Twitter video right there of President Trump in Florida on Saturday. These are the first and only images that we have seen of him since his tweet storm yesterday. Now, this morning, Trump is back on social media tweeting again, but it's what he wrote yesterday that still has the world talking.
That's right, Paul. It all started early Saturday. President Trump taking to Twitter and leveling a dangerous accusation against his predecessor, President Barack Obama, alleging without any evidence that the Obama administration wiretapped Trump Tower during the campaign.
The president comparing it to Nixon and Watergate. He called Obama a, quote, bad or sick guy, end quote. Now, a spokesman for Obama has denied the allegation. So where is Trump getting his information? And if these allegations are true, how big could this scandal be?
We have team coverage this morning. Martha Raddatz is standing by, but we start with ABC's chief investigative correspondent, Brian Ross.
Good morning, Tom and Paula. The White House this morning still has yet to explain just what the president was talking about and where he got his information in the Twitter rampage that claimed President Obama ordered the FBI to illegally spy on him and tap his phones. The gloves are off this morning following President Trump's accusation against President Obama's alleged actions and his integrity. Only one of these two men will be proven right. As president, Donald Trump has used Twitter to take on Meryl Streep,
I'm the new boss.
Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Are you a friendly reporter?
the news media, including ABC News and Saturday Night Live.
Yes, this is real life. This is really happening.
But his early morning accusations from his Palm Beach club that his phones were wiretapped by the Obama administration were by far of much greater consequence. Terrible, he wrote. Just found out that Obama had my wires tapped in Trump Tower just before the victory. Nothing found. That was followed by 4 more presidential outbursts taking on President Obama and misspelling tap. How low has President Obama gone to tap my phones during the very sacred election process? This is Nixon Watergate. Bad or sick guy. For anyone but the president, it would be a crime to reveal such a secret FBI wiretap on Trump Tower. And no U.S. official contacted by ABC News would confirm the allegation.
It's an extremely serious offense. Anyone who would reveal the existence of a wiretap would violate federal law.
Because the president cited no proof, it is not clear whether he based his allegations on a top-secret White House briefing or whether it came from reading an article on the conservative Breitbart website posted Friday that detailed speculation from a conspiracy-loving talk show host, Mark Levin.
How many of Trump's people were eavesdropped on? How many had their conversations intercepted, recorded, transcribed? Because this, ladies and gentlemen, is the big scandal.
A spokesman for President Obama quickly called the allegations false, and one of Obama's former national security aides, Ben Rhodes, responded to Trump. No president can order a wiretap. Those restrictions were put in place to protect citizens from people like you. It is true that under President Obama, the FBI did open an investigation into whether anyone in the Trump campaign was working with the Russians. But if there had been an FBI wiretap about Russian spies, it would have been approved by a special panel of 3 federal judges, not the White House. And this morning, he's tweeting again at 6:32 from Palm Beach, writing, "It is true. Is it true the DNC would not allow the FBI access to check server or other equipment after learning it was hacked? Can that be possible?" That was the first of a couple of tweets this morning, Tom.
The president back on Twitter. Yes, all right, Brian, thanks. We'll see you later on World News Tonight.
Thanks so much, Brian. And we want to bring in ABC News legal contributor Kate Shaw. She's an associate law professor at Cardozo Law School. You're also a former lawyer for the Obama White House. Kate, good morning. Thanks for joining us. Now, first and foremost, we're most likely in this scenario talking about a FISA order, which stands for Federal Intelligence Security Act. It can only be issued by a court. So, Brian Ross just touched on it. What does it take to get a FISA wiretap?
So look, if you want a warrant to wiretap a U.S. citizen, you need to establish, so the FBI needs to go before the FISA court and establish that there is probable cause to believe either that a crime has been committed or that there is an agent of a foreign government involved. So if in fact such an order was issued, it does suggest that that probable cause standard was satisfied.
Now, President Trump didn't provide any proof, but legally, did he do anything wrong by announcing details of a federal investigation?
Look, to the extent there's an investigation ongoing, I'm sure that there's a real interest in keeping the details of the investigation under wraps until such time as the investigators are ready to come forward with them. Legally, these are ordinarily classified proceedings, but the president does have the power to declassify. So there's nothing legally wrong with that, if in fact that is what happened. Of course, we just don't know.
Now, Senator Graham was at a town hall yesterday, and he said that he is worried about these accusations. We want you to take a listen.
If it is true, illegally, it would be the biggest political scandal since Watergate.
Now, the Obama White House has said that neither the former president nor the White House ordered a wiretap, but they're not explicitly saying that a wiretap didn't happen. If the allegations are true, could we compare this to Watergate?
Look, Watergate took a couple of years to play out in full, so I think it feels like we're kind of early in this saga, so I think it's hard to know exactly how much like Watergate any of this could look sort of at the end of the day. I think that, the president has the former president has emphatically denied having personally directed a wiretap. It would be, I think, quite a scandal if a sitting president personally ordered a wiretap of a private citizen, let alone a presidential candidate. But it does not sound as though there's any evidence to suggest that occurred. What is clear is that there are a lot of open questions and new questions, I think, based on yesterday's development. So if anything, I think it heightens the need for some sort of independent investigation with someone at the head who has the credibility to produce findings that everyone can feel confident in. So I think that's sort of the main takeaway from yesterday.
Once again, we're talking about an independent investigation. Thanks so much, Kate, for joining us.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.